Deep in southern Thailand, there's a story that's been whispered down through the generations. And it's not just history. Oh no, it's a living legend of faith, forged in goodness, that you can still feel the power of today. At the very heart of this story is a deep paradox. We're talking about an amulet, a special coin that was created after its master had passed away. A posthumous coin that just breaks all the rules, holding a value and a reverence that many believe is more precious than life itself. And that just begs the question, right? How can an object born from absence hold so much presence, so much power? What is the source of this energy that seems to defy time itself? Well, let's journey back and find out. See, to really understand the legend of the coin, you first have to understand the life of the man behind it. A life that was defined by one single, massive choice that would change his destiny and really shape the spiritual world for an entire region. You know, his journey didn't start in a temple. Not at all. He was actually this brilliant and very promising government clerk. He did that for 3 years, but he started to see through the illusions of worldly success. He saw how uncertain that life was, and the teachings of the Dhamma that he'd learned as a boy. They started calling to him. And so, get this, at just 20 years old, he made the choice that would define everything. He resigned from his job, turned his back on what was sure to be a successful career, and went back to his hometown of Nakhon Si Thammarat to become a monk. He went all in on the spiritual path. But here's the thing, this decision wasn't about hiding from the world. It was a new way of engaging with it. He would go on to become a true pillar for his community, a spiritual anchor for the entire Ron Phibun District. As the abbot of Wat Wua Lung, his influence just radiated outward. He took the temple and turned it into the very heart of the community, a center for development, for education, and for an absolutely unshakable faith. Now, his leadership and wisdom, they definitely got noticed. He was soon appointed the head of the Sangha district, which is a huge responsibility. And this number, 13, that's how many temples were put under his direct care. It just shows you how much trust people had in him. I mean, just think about the scale of his dedication for a moment. This was a time with no roads, no cars. He walked, on foot, through dense jungles and over mountains, just to serve his people. And he wasn't just leading, he was building. He restored old, crumbling temples, and with incredible vision, he started schools to teach the Thai language, really laying the foundation for modern education. He was, for everyone, a spiritual refuge. Well, by 1924, all of his incredible work was recognized at the very highest level. He was given the royal honorary title Phra Khru Atthathammaros, which was a testament to his goodness, his tireless effort, and the huge impact he had on so many lives. So, after a long life filled with service, his time on earth came to a peaceful end. But you see, his death wasn't really an ending. It was the very beginning of his most famous legend, a miracle that was born from the deep grief and love of his followers. Phra Sang passed away peacefully in 1935. He was 84 years old. But the reverence for him was so deep, so widespread, that his body was kept for 2 full years, just so devotees from all over could come and pay their last respects. It wasn't until 1937, during the royally sponsored cremation, that something amazing happened. His disciples decided to create a coin with his image on it to give out as a memorial. This is what's known as a rin thai, or a posthumous coin, a sacred amulet that's made after the master is already gone. Now, usually in the world of sacred amulets, there's this kind of unwritten rule. Coins that are made after a monk has passed away are, well, they're usually less sought after, less valued than the ones made and blessed during their lifetime. But the coin of Phra Sang, it's the grand, magnificent exception to that rule. In fact, it doesn't just bend the rule, it absolutely shatters it. It's become one of the most popular and, yes, most expensive posthumous coins in the entire history of Thai amulets. So where does all this incredible power come from? Well, it's like this sacred, perfect storm. It was blessed in a huge ceremony by the top masters from the legendary Khao O lineage. It wasn't just forged from metal, but from the collective love, respect, and profound grief of his followers. And maybe most importantly, people believe it's fueled by the immense virtue that Phra Sang himself built up over a lifetime of service. All of that together elevated this coin to the absolute pinnacle, ranking it among the top 5 most revered coins in the entire province. You see, the coin is really a symbol. It's living proof that his legacy didn't end with his passing. His spirit, his influence, they're still incredibly present. It's a Dhamma legacy that is truly everlasting. It's like faith itself was given physical form. This lifelike statue, it doesn't just capture what he looked like, it captures that serene, compassionate presence that his followers still feel to this very day. It's a constant physical reminder of his enduring spirit. And his physical legacy, the things he built with his own hands, they endure. Wat Wua Lung and the shrine dedicated to him are still vibrant centers for the community, just like he intended. They're places of memory, where people still go to find peace and draw strength from his merit. But beyond the stone, beyond the metal, his most important legacy lives on in his teachings. This prayer board is a symbol of that spiritual guidance, the wisdom and compassion that continue to protect and inspire people, proving that the true Dhamma never ever fades. When you look at the whole story of Phra Khru Atthathammaros and his immortal coin, it leaves you with this one profound truth. Time might take away the physical body, but it's completely powerless against a legacy that's built on pure goodness. The legend of virtue, that's eternal.